Don't panic. Read trash. It's GarbAugust, baby! Hello, welcome to my channel. Another Boobiephile reads Playboy for the articles. This is GarbAugust 4, the final chapter, the 4th year of GarbAugust, the event created by that evil mastermind, CriminOlly. CriminOlly decided to start GarbAugust because some people look down upon others' reading choices. They will say, "You're reading a piece of trash. Why don't you read something more sophisticated, more educating, more high scale, more literate?" But you know, sometimes reading these books that we call trash is a lot of fun. I don't necessarily think there's a big hierarchy between high literature and trash. It is all reading, it is all writing, and if you enjoy the book that you're reading, whether it's high literature or whether it's trashy fiction, a celebrity memoir, it's all good because you are enjoying that book. Don't judge other people for what they want to read or why they want to read it. I'm a fairly eclectic reader. I do read some of that high literature, but I also love the trashy books. You know, as I said, the ones that professors would look down upon, because I enjoy them a lot. A few days ago, I had a commenter on one of my visitors saying, "Are you going to be participating in GarbAugust again? You could be reading all those NYRB classics books that I have behind me." And yes, NYRB classics are fine literature. There's also some inclusion of genre literature that would at one time perhaps been considered trashy or salacious books. You know, books about private eyes and stuff like that. So what I have to say is, whatever you're reading, it's good if you enjoy it. Don't get me wrong, I will probably be reading some of those NYRB classic books in the month of August anyway, even if they don't count as trashy garbage books. Many times, what is considered a trashy book is a book that is produced for a mass audience, often very quickly to cash in on some current event or just try to rake in the sales as fast as possible. So a lot of times, these GarbAugust books aren't the best written, but you will enjoy them some of the time. Some of the books that I am planning to read this month I have my doubts about, because I may be dipping way too far into the trashy realm. But GarbAugust 4, the final chapter, will be divided into 4 weekly prompts. You do not have to follow these prompts to participate in GarbAugust. It's a free world. Do anything you like the way you want to do it. But some of us will be trying to follow the prompts just a little bit, just for grins and giggles. The first week will be the 1st to the 10th. It's called Anything Goes. And that means it. Anything goes. If you want to read it, it'll make you feel good. Just read it. Anything goes. Week number 2, the 11th to the 17th. Shock value. Anything that sells itself based on salacious or violent content. Week number 3, the 18th to the 24th. Cozy trash, romance, cat mysteries, that kind of thing. And week 4, the 25th through the 31st, will be apocalyptic trash, disaster, end of the world, post-apocalypse, that kind of thing. So what books will be on my potential pile of possibilities for this year, GarbAugust 4? There will be a group read this year of Zoo by James Patterson and Michael Ledwidge. All over the world, brutal animal attacks are crippling entire cities. Now, James Patterson, in my humble opinion, is about the trashiest author you can think of. All of his books seem to be really bad just thinking about them. But I'm going to try this book. It's available from my library, so I don't have to pay for it. Well, let's see how bad it can get. There is also a GarbBingo card again for this year. This is just a card where you can check off some trashy tropes that you might find in your books. You don't have to participate in the GarbBingo card to participate in GarbAugust. But if you want to play along, it's there for you. I will provide a link in the description of this video so you can download your own GarbBingo card. I'm not sure exactly when this will take place, but there will be a group read with Bad is Rad in Bed and Boobs, Dongs, and Other Magic. We will be reading The Doll Who Ate His Mother. This is the 1977 debut horror novel from the British author Ramsey Campbell. I've heard a lot of things about this book. Some people say it is a masterpiece. Other people say it leaves something to the imagination or something to be desired. I'm really actually curious to find out for myself, but this will be one great horror novel read, I hope. For week 1, I will be reading The Cats by Nick Sherman, a British killer animal novel originally published in 1977. And you know, it's going to be about killer kitty cats, I'm pretty sure. Every year I participate in GarbAugust, I always read a killer animal book. So this one is a must-read. I will also be reading Run, Spy, Run by Nick Carter. This is sort of an espionage novel with a lot of sexy bits thrown in because Nick Carter gets his ladies a lot. And there's usually some graphic detail when he gets them. Now, Nick Carter is the author of this book. It is also the character in this book. So you know, this is written by a pseudonym. And this is the first in this reboot of the Nick Carter series. The previous years, I've often read a Nick Carter during GarbAugust, but this is the first of the series. I'm eager to pick it up and see how it started off. Week number 2, I will start with Goblin Breeder by Mickey Carey. I discovered this book on a lark. I was watching a video from an audiobook narrator. This narrator specialized in erotica and self-published books, and she was reading a quote from the self-published lesbian erotica, and I absolutely bust a gut laughing at her. Or I should say, laughing with her. So I looked her up on Audible to see if I wanted to download any of her books. They did not look specifically appealing to me, but I did discover this audiobook of Goblin Breeder. It is a story of an airborne ranger who is transplanted to this magical land, and I guess he's forced to breed and make love with goblin girls. I didn't get the audiobook version. I did get the digital book from my Kindle. I got all of the novels this guy has written, which is about 3,000 pages of man with his goblin girls. I don't think I'll read the whole book. I'm expecting maybe to get through the first book, and there's a good chance I'm going to DNF this thing. I am also going to try to read Jailbait by William Bernard, originally published in 1949. This is supposedly a non-fiction account of female juvenile delinquents and all the sexual escapades that they can get up to. I'm going to try it. This is also a good candidate for a DNF, if I am not mistaken. Dark Truth by Lindsay McKenna. I have held this book up for a number of years in GarbAugust. I never get around to it. This is, I guess, a shapeshifter romance novel about a woman who can turn into a jaguar, I think, and she has to have her special man, her love. I have never read this kind of book before. I've always intended to try it, and I never get around to it. Maybe this fourth year, I'll finally read a shapeshifter romance. Night of the Gila, Gunsmith number 34 by J.R. Roberts. I always read a naughty western for GarbAugust, and this is my preferred series in that genre. If you are not familiar, a naughty western is just a western with special chapters of a lot of heavy sexual content. Very graphic, but absolutely hilarious. And sometimes his western stories are okay as well. Week number 4, Gather Darkness by Fritz Leiber. This is a science fiction fantasy novel about a post-apocalyptic world. 360 years after a nuclear holocaust ravaged mankind, the world is fraught with chaos and superstition. Why not? This one may be not so trashy. Fritz Leiber is a good science fiction author, he's a good fantasy author, but it fits the prompt of post-apocalyptic stories. So I'm going to do it. Okay, those are my plans for GarbAugust for the final chapter. I hope I'm able to read all of the books I have chosen. There is a chance that I can slide in some more trashy books along with my TBR or pile of possibilities if you prefer. But these are my plans. I'm sticking with it, and I hope to get to them all. Thank you for watching, and keep on reading trashy books.